Hey guys, Mr. DiBartolo. I hope you guys are doing well. Today is April 8th. No, today is April 8th. Wow, okay. Um, it's a Wednesday, so I'm posting a new video. Hope you guys are doing well. I miss you guys. I have a little bit of logistics to get into first. Then we'll start with our do now. We'll go into imagery. Then we'll look at author's purpose. We're going to read a short story called The Egg, and then homework. So it should be pretty quick, I promise. Um, let's get into logistics. Just in case you haven't heard and you haven't gotten my emails, school is officially virtual till the end of the year. I've been pretty depressed about this. Like I said, like you guys have always given me a lot of joy, and now that I can't see you and interact with you, I've been kind of bummed out about that. So, it's a heavy heart that I say that we're not coming back, but that I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you when we come back in August, fingers crossed. And I love when you guys come to my office hours. It does brighten my day. I know it brightens Sloan's day as well, and Para's as well. So, a little bit more logistics. Because we're all virtual, I am sending emails pretty frequently to you guys, and I am sending them to your Uplift emails. A lot of you have said that you don't check your Uplift emails. Guess what? You better start checking your Uplift emails. This is like a job. You need to be checking your emails. What I would do if I were you, I would figure out a way to put your Uplift email on your mail thing on your iPhone. If you you can add new accounts to your mail through your phone, and it should be under Exchange. And all you gotta do is type in your Uplift email and add your password, and then your Uplift mail will come to your phone as well. That is a useful tip. I have my Uplift email, my work email on my phone, along with like 3 Gmail accounts, and I think that's it. So, logistics is to get your email all set up on your phone. This way you get a notification when I send you an email and you don't look at me dumb like you have no idea what I'm talking about. So check your email. Make sure you get it on your phone. That's important. Okay. Assignments. Assignments are due 1 week after I assign them. So I assigned something on last Wednesday, and it is due today or tomorrow. I'll accept it all the way up until Thursday. I will have more information about the grading policy in a little bit, and I'll give that to you towards the end of the video. So, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, I suggest you do so. This way, whenever I post a video, you always have access to it immediately. And then I can make that YouTube money and take my girlfriend out, so she'll still love me. Oh, she doesn't. Okay, well, I tried. Additionally, if I were you, I would you know me, I always try and give you guys good advice. If I were you, I would try and maintain a normal sleep schedule. That has been crucial for me and my girlfriend to try and remain normal during this weird time. Try and have a normal sleep schedule and go to bed at the same time, at a reasonable time. Maybe 11, maybe 10, but 12, and try and get up at a reasonable hour, not 1 or 2, and you wake up and you come into my office hour looking like you just woke up. That will help with a lot of drive and motivation. If you have a normal sleep schedule, you'll develop a routine, and that should help your drive. Okay, that's my TED Talk. Okay, so that was slide number 2. I want you guys to go to slide number 3. Oh, the tiny URL is right here, just in case. It's not in the description, but it is. So there's a link in the description for the Google slide thing. If there is not, or it doesn't work, you can try this. It's tinyurl.com/TCNPEL2. This is an L. TCNPEL2. Cool. Okay. So I'm assuming that you are all on the Google slide. I want you to go to slide 3. And here's what I do now. What are some wholesome activities that you are doing to occupy yourself? How do the activities make you feel, and what is their benefit? So during this time, we have a lot of free time on our hands. How are you occupying yourself? Because there's only so much Call of Duty you can possibly play, or Minecraft if you're Juanito. So what other than Minecraft are you doing to occupy yourself and making yourself feel worthwhile? If you are not sure, think about a hobby you would like to pursue and tell me why. So, a hobby that my girlfriend has been wanting to pursue but hasn't had the time was crocheting. So she started crocheting, and she's currently trying to make me a pair of socks. What is a hobby that you want to do during this time? And I want you to write about it. So I want you to take as much time as you need, and then when you're done, you can input it in the Google form. The Google form link is actually where it says Google form. That is a link to the Google form. Take as much time as you need. Again, free time. However you want to express yourself, go for it. I just want you to write something out. Make sure it's in complete sentences. Add some sentence structures. Use transitions. Make it good writing. Don't be lazy here. We have nothing else to do. Don't be lazy for me now. Okay. You can pause me now. Maddie, let the cat in. She's dying outside.
Oh, thanks. It's okay, Smoosh.
Our cat is outside. She's dying. It's like 90 degrees outside. Oh, yeah. Big run. Okay. All right. So I want you to hop down to slide number 4. Slide number 4. These are going to be your notes. However you want to take the notes, that is fine. If you want to get a scrap sheet of paper and write them down, if you have a notebook, that's fine. If you want to write them down on your computer, that's fine too. However you want to take the notes, take them. Okay. We're going to learn about imagery today. Imagery equals the author's use of language to create a vivid image. Wow, you don't say has the word image in it. So imagery appeals to our senses and helps us to create a picture of our story in our minds. So if you see the word imagery, think of image, like a picture, right? Think of image in your head as you read. It's simple. Imagery can use our 5 senses to get us a better image of the story. So taste, sight, smell, hear. Watch. The cat, smelly. The cat is smelly. So now the image of the cat is a little bit smelly. The white cat, she's upset.
Yeah, you grabbed her like a monster.
You grab her worse than I do. She is. So, the white cat. Okay, well that puts an image in your head. That's a sight image. The smelly cat. Okay, so now you have an image of the cat being smelly. The cat was soft to the touch. She was so soft, the cat. Again, it puts an image in your head of what the cat is. Think of them like adjectives. They modify a noun. Imagery can be symbolic as well. I gave Maddie a red rose was the example. While I would never do that because I hate her and she hates me, The red rose is symbolic of our love together. It's a rose, but it also means something a little bit different. And red, like a red rose, is imagery because it's the color red, but it also symbolizes our love for each other. Right, babe?
Sure.
Sure. Cool. Imagery can also demonstrate foreshadowing. Think of it like a horror film. The sneaky Mr. DiBartolo walked into the room silently. That could be alluding to the character, me, being mischievous or being a character that should be feared. That can demonstrate foreshadowing in a story. So these are like barely scratching the surface of what imagery could possibly bring to a story. What I want you to do is I want you to think about what else imagery can do in a story, or what else imagery could bring in a story. This is your opinion. It can't be anything that I've already said. So don't be like, oh yeah, you could show a sight and smell. No, like think of something unique that imagery can bring to a story that's maybe it's brought to you before. Use an example. So you can pause me now, and then we will move back into slide number 5. Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming that we're back. These are just some examples of imagery on slide number 5. The sneaky black cat was rummaging through the wet, murky, horrid trash. Well, we have a lot of imagery here. The cat is black, 1, and it was rummaging through the wet and murky trash. So, what kind of picture is that painting in your mind? And what words am I using to paint that picture? If the trash is wet and murky, ugh. And it's a sneaky black cat. So how do you picture the cat? Is he a big chonker, or is he a small little guy that's maybe weaseling his way around? So that's how I can use language to help create an image in your mind. The astonishingly tall Mr. DiBartolo was able to casually reach to the top shelf of the deep, dark brown cabinet and pull out a delightfully yellow rubber chicken that was as bright as the sun. Okay, so in this little paragraph, I'm saying how tall I am. So there's an image there. And I was able to reach the top shelf of a dark brown cabinet. Instead of just saying a cabinet, I said the dark brown cabinet. So that can at least paint a picture in your mind. And I pulled out a delightfully yellow rubber chicken. So the chicken is bright yellow. And it was as bright as the sun. If it was as bright as the sun, what figurative device is that? If it's as bright as the sun? Think. It begins with an S. Maddie, what is it? The chicken was as bright as the sun. What figurative language is that?
It's a simile, right?
It's a simile, right? Good job, Maddie.
It's got like an as.
It has like and as. Very good. Look at us teaching English together. See? She's so excited. So, that's a simile. Authors use language like that use figurative language like that to help boost their imagery in their story. Okay. So, slide number 6. What I want you to do is I have 3 scenes on slide number 6. I want you to create a short little story, maybe a paragraph, about this scenario, and I want you to use imagery to help describe it. So I have 3 scenarios. You're going to write a short little story for all 3. You are stranded on a deserted island with only coconuts. That's your first scenario. I want you to use imagery to help create a picture of what this scene might look like. The next scene is you are the CEO of a major company. What does your office look like? So you're a CEO of a giant company. Use imagery to describe your office. And this is all going to be in the Google form. It's right underneath Eep. It's the next question. So you can pause me now and fill that out. So do that. Okay. I hope that was kind of fun. That's going to be really helpful for later, and you'll see why. Okay. We're going to do one more thing, and then that should pretty much wrap it up. Okay. Author's purpose equals the author's intent for writing the story. The author's intent is contingent, that means depends on several things. It depends on the main idea. Now, how to get the main idea of an art or a story? There are a few different ways. I think having a summary helps. So you can do the various different methods that we've done for summary. And then you can think about the main idea. So main idea plus theme. Theme equals the message the author was trying to give. So what message was the author trying to send to you through the story? And then thinking, using your brain. So put the main idea and the theme together, and if you think what the author's intent was, and you use these things, the main idea and the theme, you should be able to figure out what the author's intent for writing the story was. What was his purpose in doing so? There are a few different other intents as well. If you move to slide 8, it could be to describe something. It could be to narrate or tell a story. It could be to persuade, and it could be to expose or explain a position, or give details about a topic. All of those are very superficial intents. I want us thinking deeply about what was the author's intent in trying to, what message was the author trying to give us. So it does relate heavily to theme. Okay. If we think back to like To Kill a Mockingbird or to Anthem, what was the author trying to get us to learn in those stories? In Anthem, she was trying to tell us that collectivism and individualism are two opposites, and that individualism is way better than collectivism. So, if we look at the main idea of the story, and then we take the message the author was trying to give to us, and then we think about the author, it should come up with a reasonable intent of what she was trying to do. I hope that helps, because that one's always kind of confusing. Okay, so I want you to move to slide number 9. Okay, we're going to read a pretty short story. It's called The Egg by Andy Weir. It's also available in Spanish. If you like reading in Spanish, that's totally fine. It's also available in Italian or a whole bunch of different languages if you want to try something new. But what I want you to do is I want you to read this text. It's really, really short. I promise you it is. And then answer some questions on the Google form about the egg. I want you to answer what was the theme or message in the egg, and provide text evidence to prove the theme was accurate. So I want you to answer that question in the Google form. I'm going to take as much time as you need to read this. The link is up top. Uh, the title is the link to the story. So you can pause me now, and then unpause me when you're done. Sick. Cool. Good job. Okay, so come back to slide number 10. Come back to slide number 10. I'm sorry. I want you to watch this video now. It's the exact same story, but in a video. And what I want you to do is I want you to think about what imagery did you see in your mind when you read the story, and how did it differ from the video? So when you read the egg, what imagery did you see in your mind? Because I have a very detailed mind's eye of the story, and I want you to compare it to the video and how the video portrayed it. Then I want you to write about it in the Google form. So I want you to write about how you envisioned the story in your mind in the Google form, and then how did the imagery in your mind differ from the video to the text. So you can pause me now and then watch the video. I like this video. Okay, so we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I think seeing it multiple times or reading it multiple times in different ways actually helps quite a bit with the understanding of it, because it is pretty complex. So, your homework. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to create a short story that uses imagery. I want you to create a short story that uses imagery. And then I'm looking for about a page. It doesn't have to be, the world's best short story, but I want you to try and create a fictional short story that uses imagery. And then, after your one-page short story, I want you to detail what your purpose in creating the short story was. So why did you create the short story? You'll be looking at imagery, and then you're going to be analyzing your own purpose in creating this story. Why did you create this story? That should be a paragraph. All in the same document. Just separate them out. This way I can see. This will be emailed to me by next Wednesday or Thursday. My email is there on slide 11. It must be school appropriate. Okay. Otherwise, I'll consider it incomplete if you took this assignment and were a jerk about it. I have that power, so make it school appropriate. Don't do anything questionable in there. If you think Mr. DiBartolo is going to yell at me if I put this in here, then don't do that. You can either have it in Google Docs or in Microsoft Word. I don't care either way. If you have another program that you use to write, that's totally fine. Just make sure you get it to me by Wednesday or Thursday of next week. Okay. If you have any questions, email me. If you have any questions at all about any of my work, please email me. Okay? All right. Submit the Google form when you're done with all the questions on it, and then that should be it. I love you guys very much. Hope you guys have a good week. I look forward to seeing you in office hours. Okay. All right. Bye, little ones. Bye.